Hello guys, Mr. XP here. Today I thought I would jump onto Heroes of the Storm and show you some of the best and most sneaky locations to place Murky's egg on the maps currently in rotation. First up we have Blackheart's Bay, home to the mischievous Blackheart himself. Placing your egg in the vent at the top of the lane allows for defensive positioning if wary of cloaked enemy heroes early in the game. This spot, slightly southeast of the first, gives access to both the top and middle lane, with the added security of being positioned behind both sets of towers. Here's another cheeky location by 3 houses and what seems like a statue of Poseidon. While it is certainly defensive, it is a place on the map that's highly unlikely to be checked. In amongst the wooden barrels and treasure, close to Blackheart's phantom ship, is another common place to hide the egg. And likewise, this is another good hiding place not far from the previous one, although this is a high traffic area, so remember to play it safe or you may very well be left with scrambled egg. Moving to the top of the map we find a nice resting place for Murky's egg alongside a Kraken's tentacle. A little more adventurous than some of the previous placements, this area allows for extremely quick access to the most northern lane. Up next is Cursed Hollow and those pesky ravens. First on the list is a spot just under the blue team's bruiser camp. Likewise, this particular area, and this one, in amongst the trees and bushes, all provide quick access to nearby tribute spawns, allowing for constant harass until your egg is spotted. Close to the middle lane is a handy egg spot behind a wooden fence and numerous bundles of hay. And just south of that is a nice spot alongside a windmill. And finally, this location, underneath a beautiful autumnal tree, is an area that nobody tends to wander into. Unless, of course, Nova, Zeratul or Tyrande are doing a spot of egg hunting. Those pesky swines. Dragonshire isn't a great map for hiding Murky's egg, but there are a few spots, though somewhat obvious, which are worth highlighting. These narrow hedges close to both siege giants. And this position between the top and middle lane. As in all the maps you can place it inside a mercenary camp when it has been recently taken. But as a whole this map is a pain for Murky, with minimal good spots, plus they're incredibly obvious. The Guardian of Terror map has a number of locations for your egg. Starting with this one, inside the bush in the bottom or top lane depending on what team you happen to be on. This spot, though quite common, is a handy little spot for a number of reasons. It's roughly midway between the mid and bottom lane, it's near friendly mercenary camps, and it's also near the location of seeds when they appear on the map. There's no reason to walk here when playing any other hero besides Murky, making it a decent, if somewhat risky, hiding spot. If you follow these stepping stones behind the sword in the bush, no sexual innuendo intended, you can place your egg here, out of sight, close to the enemy's structures. Likewise, if you find yourself pushing keeps in the core itself in the late game, you could stick out your little Murloc chest, be brave, and place your egg here close to the small greenhouse. Finally, this location is good in the top and bottom lane, but it's worth pointing out that as fights break out over the plant golem, many people, friendly and foe, retreat into these bushes. Welcome to the Haunted Mines, home of the undead. While the Haunted Mines map is small, there are a few crafty spots for your precious egg, starting with this one near your friendly siege giants. It's completely out of the way. Why would you go there and who would check it? Close to either lane on opposite sides of the map are these 2 locations, hidden beside trees and rocks. This bush is a good spot. It's not a common ganking bush, hence why people tend to ignore it and simply run past. The large number of stones at the bottom of the map present a nice hiding location. However, an enemy Abatha may move here when the mines open in order to soak experience, and enemy players may hide here if pressured out of lane. Therefore, place here with caution. Finally, place here and here inside the mines after they open for good. However, if enemy players see you leaving the mines when the objective hasn't activated, your actions may raise suspicion. It's time to steal Aladdin's magic carpet and enter the Sky Temple. First up is a sneaky spot right next to the bottom temple. These side bushes are decent locations due to the fact that if people are to hide close to this temple, they tend to hide in the bushes closer to the lane. One of the best spots on this map in terms of sneakiness is here at the very southern tip of the map. Why? Well, even if you're fighting for the shrine, most people centre their camera central or slightly off centre of the shrine, and as you can see the egg stays perfectly out of sight even though it's hidden close by. Another good spot is near these cool dudes chilling out on top of the stone wall. Again, no reason at all to come here except to place an egg. Great stuff! Close to the boss is a hidden well, perfect for your egg. And other surprises. Click it a few times. This area will get checked fairly regularly if facing determined egg hunters, so be careful. Like all the other maps, bushes are Murky's best friend. Thankfully then, Sky Temple has plenty dotted all across the map, such as these four. Tomb of the Spider Queen is up next then. Apologies to any of you with arachnophobia. Like Dragonshire, Tomb of the Spider Queen is pretty unforgiving for a Murky player on the lookout for a good hiding spot. However, there are a few decent locations, starting with this vent. Being close to a locked gate should mean that there is absolutely no reason for an enemy player to come here until the gate has been destroyed. The northern vent is also used fairly often, both for Murky's Egg and Abatha. If feeling brave, the alleyway near to the boss offers good protection. However, cloaked enemy heroes can use this area to flush out low health players by looping around. This location, close to two rooms brimming with treasure and a scary mummy, can also be used. Battlefield of Eternity, one of Heroes of the Storm's latest maps, has a few places suitable for hiding your egg. This spot allows for quick access to the central objective. You can die and repeatedly spawn here to pressure the enemy immortal, or harass the enemy team in an attempt to stop them from killing yours. The same can be said of this location, safely hidden behind two vents. In the south of the map, your egg can be placed here. Having checked vision close to the mercenary camp, it would appear that an enemy's vision would only extend up to here, leaving your egg safe from harm behind these three containers. Your egg can also be placed in the centre of this demonic structure and the angelic alternative at the top. Like the bottom camp, an enemy wouldn't be able to spot your egg if you placed it here, close to the top lane. It's hidden from view in an area of the map rarely used. The corners of the map allow for aggressive egg placement, being in areas off the beaten track so to speak, although the faint-hearted of you may be scared by the Grim Reaper. Eek! Infernal Shrines, the most recent map in rotation, is absolutely massive. A tri-lane giant with 4 sneaky hiding spots. Here, and its neighbour, offer good egg protection close to the middle lane and mercenary camp. Your egg will also be safe here, out of vision of anyone near the most southern mercenary camp. This spot allows for easy access to contest for the shrine objective. And the most northern vent is a decent egg location too. Though close to one of the 3 objectives, most of the fighting tends to occur below the vent. Stay alert though and perhaps move it prior to the shrine's activation. As always, due to how the maps are mirrored, check for all of these locations on the opposite side of the maps. That's it for this Heroes of the Storm hints and tips video guys. Leave a comment below if you have any other sneaky areas I may have missed, click the like button if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Cheers!